Film will never be dead. We'll be shooting film for a long time. We can't even conceive of a medium yet that can preserve as much information as a piece of motion picture film. You know, the irony is that film is still the highest density data capture medium we know of.
You know, I've never heard anybody shoot film and say, I want it to look like HD. I hear people shoot HD and say, well, it looks like film. You know, why not just shoot film?
You know, you can shoot the whole film on an HDV camera. The stock's this big, it costs you about $10 to replace that stock. But then it's only cheap until people see the images on the screen and then they go, how come this looks like crap, you know?
One of the most wonderful things about film is its ability to capture all the way from high level of illumination all the way down into the shadows and really dig deeply into the shadows.
Film has latitude. You can blow something out a little bit on film. You can let the film negative get a little bit under or overexposed, and there's latitude. There was not that latitude in HD. It's either right or wrong.
One of my very dear films, it was a small independent film called Risk Cutters. We had to move very fast. We didn't have a lot of money. We could have only done that with film because it was all sunny exteriors with a very with great contrast.
The newer stocks give us so much range, 5219 especially. I get excited about it because I actually have to work with it. And so the fact that I'm able to, if it was a race car, that I could go, you know, an extra 10, 15 miles an hour with more torque makes it better for me.
The technology within film is so amazing. You look at Super 16 now, the quality of Super 16 is so fantastic that, you know, the grain structure is so tight and everything that you can do things with Super 16 now that you couldn't do, you know, 10, 15 years ago.
We shot The Wrestler on Vision 3 16. And we actually did something pretty cool. We did a widescreen format on 16, so you know we have a 235 frame out of that 16. So we really took a tiny box out of the frame. The Wrestler is really about landscape, and it's about where Mickey Rourke's character is in that landscape. So I really wanted to capture New Jersey with as wide a lens as I could. You know, we were nervous at first about shooting the 235 lens because of grain and issues like that. Unfortunately, I didn't get as much grain as I wanted because the stock was so clean.
Even this last documentary that I did for Spike when the levees broke, which, you know, nowadays, a film like that would be shot on video, but Spike shot 80% of it on film. You know, and we shot not only the interviews, but we shot a lot of the B-roll material, Super 16. He loves the look. You know, he's committed to the look, the film look, you know, and even in the documentary, he's committed to the film look, so he wanted that texture.
We did The Last King of Scotland, which was Super 16, captured and output to scope, which no one really thought it would hold up before. It's always a great reference to go back to when people ask that question, because people just can't believe you can take that tiny amount of negative and project a scope image.
I think 16mm has changed so much that there are a lot of people who have an old conception of what it is. I'm amazed when I see good 16 to 35 blow-ups at this point at how beautiful